Good morning, children. What about you? Last day we studied from our economics something. Did you read and did you study that? I told you should read and should study what we studied from there. Did you that? I know some of you have very lazy. I will call your mother who are studying and who are not studying. Okay. Then what we studied last day? We studied about in detail Palambur village, and also we started to study about the production, the main requirements of production. Which are the main factors of production that we studied last day? Land, labor, physical capital. Is it? Under the physical capital we saw two types of capital. Which are they? Fixed capital and working capital. What are they? We can consider as fixed capital. Tools, machines and buildings. Then what is working capital? Which are they? Yes, raw materials and money in hand. Then we need to take next paragraph after the physical capital. Next paragraph, listen to that. There is a fourth requirement too. You will need knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together land, labor and physical capital and produce an output either to use yourself or to sell in the market. These days is called human capital. We shall learn more about human capital in the next chapter. What about the fourth factor of production, that is human capital. What is that? There is fourth requirement too. Fourth factor too for production. You will need knowledge and enterprise to able to put together land. Knowledge and enterprise. Now enterprise means shramam. Try. Knowledge and enterprise. Arivum shramam kudi. We need to put together with land, labor and physical capital. We have land here and we have labor here for cultivate, and we have capital, physical capital, fixed and working capital. Can we cultivate? And after the cultivation, what do we will do here? Yes, for that main resources to main requirement to we needed in production, that is human capital. For every production we need knowledge and enterprise. Arivu and enterprise. Enterprise means shramam. Arivu shramam kudi undengile that production completed avullu. That is the fourth requirement for production. That is the fourth factor for production. That is human capital. We will learn more about the human capital from the next chapter. Okay, what are the factors of production? What are they? Land, second labor, third physical capital, under physical capital we have fixed and working. Fourth, human capital. These are the four requirements of production or four factors of production. Okay. Then what about this? There is a fourth requirement too. You will need knowledge and enterprise to able to put together land, labor and physical capital and produce an output either to use yourself or to sell in the market. We are producing, we are doing production either to use yourself or to sell in the market. We cultivate in a small plot of land and we cultivated rice there, and after the production maybe that we will take for us expenditure, for take our consumption, നമ്മളുടെ ഉപയോഗത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് we are using, maybe we are using that rice. If the surplus means ഒരുപാടുണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ we will sell into the market. How we understand? So we needed knowledge and enterprise that put together with the land, labor and physical capital for production, for produce an output either for ourselves or sell into the market. This these days is called human capital. Okay, we shall learn more about human capital in the next chapter. How we see one picture there. In the picture, identify the land, labor and fixed capital used in production. Where is the land? There is a production which much of machinery is there. Where is that building existed? That is a land. Where is the fixed capital there? Tools. How we see some machines? That is a fixed capital. How you say? And what is the labor there? Some people are doing work there. That is a labor there. Okay. Then what about the next paragraph? Every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital. Every production is a combination of every production we can see the combination of land, labor, physical capital and human capital, which are known as factors of production. So every production we can see these requirements of production. That's why we can call these requirements of production, that is factors of production. You can expect question like that, what are the factors of production, or you can expect what are the requirements for production. Two words you can use that. Mainly you can use that is factors of production. Okay, as we read through the story of Palambur, we will learn more about the first three factors of production. For convenience, we will refer to the physical capital as a capital in this chapter. Okay, from the Palambur village, we saw three factors of production: land for cultivation, labor, workers in there, and physical capital. Physical capital we saw tractor, thresher and raw materials, seed, money in hand. These are the factors we saw from Palambur. So as we say convenience, for our convenience, നമ്മളുടെ സൗകര്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് we take physical capital as capital in this year. In this chapter we will saying about capital, that is physical capital. How we understand coming paragraphs we can see only capital, that is a physical capital. Is it clear? Okay, then what about the farming in Palambur? We again need to enter the farming in Palambur. Listen to the land is fixed there. What about the land is fixed in Palambur? Farming is the main production activity in Palambur. 75% of people who are working are dependent on farming for their livelihood. They could be farmers or farm laborers. The well-being of these people is closely related to production on the farms. What is saying in the first paragraph? Farming is the main activity in Palambur that we saw at first. 75% of the people who are working are dependent on farming of their livelihood, for their livelihood. 75% of people are depending farming for their livelihood, for their living. They could be farmers or farm laborers. Farm laborers means those who are not land, they are working in other areas, other areas, other land, they are known as farm laborers. Who are farm laborers? Farm laborers have no land for cultivation. They have no land their own, and they are doing work in other land. How you understand? They are known as farm laborers. Farmers means they have their own land and they are doing cultivation there, maybe with farm laborers. How you understand? They may be farmers or farm laborers. Okay. The well-being of these people is closely related to production on the farms. Well-being of these people, goodness of these people related to the production on the farms. Okay. But remember that there is a basic constraint in raising farm production. Constraint, you can write the difficulty. Constraint means tadassangal. You can write there the meaning. You can expect one question. What is the main constraint with land? What is the main constraint? What is the main tadassam with the land? Okay, but remember that there is a basic constraint in raising farm production. Increasing farm production. Agricultural production increase one basic constraint there. Land area under cultivation is practically fixed. Since 1960, Palambur, there have been no expansion in land area under cultivation. But then some of the by then some of the wastelands in the village had been converted to cultivate land. There exists no further scope to increase farm production by bringing new land under cultivation. What is saying there? Remember that in Palambur village, main activity in production, farming. 75% of the people engaging in farm activities. Either they are farmers they could be farmers or farm laborers. The well-being of the people is well connected with the farming on the land. But remember that there is a basic constraint with the increasing the farm production. Land area under cultivation is practically fixed. Land is fixed under the cultivation. We can't expand land. Land is fixed. That is a basic constraint with the increase in the farm activity or farm production. Okay, since 1960 in Palambur, there has been no expansion in land under cultivation. After the 1960, they couldn't expand the land under cultivation because some of the waste land in the village had been converted to cultivate land. Before the 1960, some of the waste land change to cultivate crops. So there exists no further scope to increase the farm production. They have no hope to increase farm production because they had no any wasteland to bring for cultivation. By bringing new land under cultivation, okay, they can't increase the land for cultivation because much of wasteland which converted to cultivate production, converted to cultivate the land. So the basic constraint in Palambur, they face the land is fixed. They can't increase the farm production because of land can't expand. Okay. Then second point, is there a way one can grow more from the same land? What about that? Listen to that. In the kind of crops grown and facilities available, Palambur would resemble a village of western part of state of Uttar Pradesh. All land is cultivated in Palambur. No land is left idle. During the rainy season, farmers grow jowar and bajra. These plants are used as cattle feed. It is following by cultivation of potato between October and December. In the winter season, fields are sown with wheat. From the wheat produced, farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption and sell the surplus wheat at the market at Rayganj. A part of the land area is also devoted to sugar cane, which is harvested once every year. Sugar cane in its raw form or as jaggery is sold to traders in Shahpur. What about that? Is there a way one can grow more from the same land? From the same land, is there a way for cultivate more crops? That is the question. In the kind of crops grown and facilities available, Palambur would resemble a village of western part of the state of Uttar Pradesh. That means the arrangements and crops grown in Palambur, that is just like the western part of Indian state Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh's western part is just like us, just like Palambur. That is saying here. All land is in western part of Uttar Pradesh too like that. All land is cultivated in Palambur, that like western part of Uttar Pradesh. No land is left idle. Idle means വെറുതെ ഇരുന്നിട്ടില്ല. Full of land is cultivating. During the rainy season, other name of rainy season, that is Kharif season. Okay, during the Kharif season, farmers grow jowar and bajra. Jowar and bajra is the name of crops. Okay, these plants are used as cattle feed. Cattle feed means food for cattle. They are making these plants for using for feed cattle. Which are they? Jowar and bajra. In which season they are cultivating jowar and bajra? Kharif season or rainy season. Okay, it is followed after that Kharif and jowar and bajra season. It is followed by cultivation of potato on the same land. Okay, and between October and December, the Palambur village farmers cultivating potato. Before that they did that jowar and bajra on the same land. Okay, then in the winter season, another name of winter season, that is Rabi season. In the Rabi season, fields are sown on the field grow with wheat. Okay, in the winter season or Rabi season, on fields grown or sown with wheat. Then from the wheat produced, after the production of wheat, after the harvesting of wheat, farmers keep enough wheat for family's consumption. Farmers keep enough wheat for their consumption, for their food, and left, and the surplus means balance of wheat, sell the surplus wheat at the market at Rayganj. Okay, a part of land is also devoted. Their part of land is also devoted or which to sugar cane, which is harvested once every year. A part of land left for cultivate sugar cane, but that sugar cane cultivate which harvest once in a year. The sugar cane have lifespan of 1 year. After 1 year, that you can harvest. Okay, sugar cane in its raw form, they sell maybe sugar cane in its raw form, that means the stem of that sugar cane, and after creating jaggery, or it is sold to the traders in Shahpur traders in ശർക്കര ആയിട്ടോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റെം ആയിട്ടോ they are selling to the Shahpur traders. How you understand? And then what is our question is that the other can grow one more crops in a same land. In the kind of crops grown and facilities available in Palambur just like a western part of Uttar Pradesh. All land is cultivated in Palambur. Low land is left idle. Then during the rainy season, another name of rainy season, that is Kharif, farmers grow jowar and bajra. These plants used for cattle feed. It is followed after this cultivation. They are cultivating potato between the October and December. In the winter season, rabi season, fields are sown with wheat. From the wheat produced, from the wheat production, farmers keep enough food for their consumption and sell the surplus wheat into their market at Rayganj. A part of land area is also devoted, is also cultivated, is also which left for cultivate sugarcane, which is harvested once every year. Sugarcane, even in its raw form or as jaggery, is sold to traders in Shapur. We can see from this paragraph a same plot of land in a single year cultivating different crops, which Kharif season, rainy season they cultivated bajra and jowar. After that, between October and December they cultivated potato. After that, winter season they cultivated wheat there. The same plot of land they cultivated different crops, and also some part of land they left for cultivated sugarcane too. Okay, then what is the second paragraph? The main reason why farmers are able to grow these different crops in a year in Palambur is due to the well developed system of irrigation. Without rain or without water, we can't cultivate throughout the year same plot of land with different cultivation, with different crops. The main reason why farmers are able to grow 3 different crops in a year in Palambur, in a same plot of land in Palambur, they can cultivate different crops because they have well developed system of irrigation. They have well connected, they have which electric connection. Because of that electric connection, they can irrigate much of their land throughout the year. Even though there is no rain, they can cultivate there. They can well developed irrigation system of irrigation. That is why they can cultivate throughout the year in a same plot of land with different crops. Okay. Electricity came early at Palambur. We saw that. Its major impact was to transport the system of irrigation. The main impact, the main help from electricity that they can use, they can develop a system of irrigation. They can which brought water to their field. Then Persian wheel were till then. Before the cultivation, before the electricity got there, their Persian wheels were till then used by farmers to draw water from the wells and irrigate small fields. At that time, when they used Persian wheels, didn't you hear about Persian wheel? Only which a biggest wheel set on which a small water body, and when that which rounding, the water may throw away some areas. That is Persian wheel. But Persian wheel were till used there. But then at that time the traders drawn water from the wells and irrigate only some plots of land, irrigate only small fields. People saw that electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger areas of land more effectively. The first few tube wells were installed by the government. Soon, however, farmers started settling up private tube wells. As a result, by mid-1970s, the entire cultivated area of 200 hectares was irrigated. Before the electric connection and after the electric connection, what did happen there? Before they got electric power, they used with the Persian wheel, and the farmers draw water from the well and irrigated only some plots of land or small fields. Okay, but after the irrigation, after the electric power got, the people saw that electric run tube wells, electricity, they use tube wells needed electric power. Electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger area of land more effectively than ever before. Okay, the first few wells, first after the electric power, they got electric power. After that, the first some 2 wells were installed by the government. Soon, however, farmers started to starting up their private 2 wells, their own 2 wells they introduced. As a result, by the mid 1970s, the entire cultivated area about 200 hectares was irrigated because of the electric run 2 wells. Is it clear? Second paragraph we saw the farmers can grow different crops on a same plot of land in a single year because of the well developed system of irrigation. They got that well developed system of irrigation because the electricity got earlier in Palambur. With the electric run 2 wells, they can irrigate water much larger area of land. Before that, they used Persian wheels, and farmers drawn water from the well and irrigated only small area of land. With that, they couldn't cultivate more crops in a same plot of land in a single year. But now they can cultivate different crops in a single year on a same plot of land. Did you understand? Okay, one more paragraph there. Listen to the. We need to complete that today. To grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. That is a 1 mark question. What is multiple cropping? To grow more than one crop. To grow more than one crop on a piece of land during a year. During the year, on a piece of land, on a same piece of land, grow more than crops. That is multiple cropping. Is it clear? It is the most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. All farmers in Palambur grow at least 2 main crops. Many are growing potato as the third crop is the past 15 to 20 years. Second question we saw here, is there a way one can grow more from the same land? Say from same land, is there any way crop more than crops? That is a question, second question here. Answer, that is multiple cropping. To grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. It is the most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. It is the most common way for increasing production in a common piece of land. All farmers in Palambur grow at least 2 main crops. Many are growing potato as the third crop. 2 main crops, and potato is the third crop in the past 15 to 20 years. Past 15 to 20 years they are doing main 2 crops and third potato as third crop, that is potato. We saw bajra and jowar in rainy season and potato between October and December, and winter season wheat. Main 2 crops and potato is the third crop because they are getting well developed irrigation system because of which electricity. It is what is multiple cropping? To grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year, it is known as multiple cropping. Did you understand? Then we have 2 boxes with violet color that we can study in the next class. Okay. Then what we studied today? Today we studied about the 4th requirement of production, that is human capital. The knowledge and enterprise too we need to put together with the land, labor, physical capital. Okay, that is the 4th requirement, that is human capital. We will study more about the human capital from the next chapter. Then, so every production is organized in the combination of these 4 inputs. So we can call it is factors of production. Okay, then Palambur, farming in Palambur, we saw land is fixed. The main constraint they face is the land can't expand. 75% of the people who are working in the dependent on farming on their livelihood, and because their livelihood closely connected with the farming, but their main constraint that it is difficult to raising production from same land area. Okay, under cultivation it is practically fixed. In 1960 Palambur, there has been no expansion of land area because when before the 1960 all wasteland bring to under the cultivation. So no further scope to increase the cultivation, same increase the land under the cultivation. Okay, then is there any way to cultivate more crops on a same piece of land? Here we saw in the Palambur people did no place in idle. Palambur village, just like a western part of Uttar Pradesh, all land cultivating, and no land is left idle. Rainy season they did kharif and bajra. Between October and December they did potato, and when the winter season they did wheat. And the main reason they can doing this throughout the year, they can cultivate on a same piece of land because they got a well developed system of irrigation. They got electric power early there. Because of this electric 2 wells, they can irrigate much larger land more effectively. Before that they used Persian wheels. With that farmers drawn water from wells, they could use irrigate only small plot of land. So mid 1970s entire cultivated area of 2 hectares was irrigated. So to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year, it is known as multiple cropping. It is a common way to increasing production on a given piece of land. So all farmers in Palambur grow at least 2 main crops, maybe growing 3rd crop, that is potato. Okay, that is doing in the past 15 to 20 years. Next day we need to study about some more about the cultivating activities in Palambur, that we and before that you should read what we studied today, and you should study that what we studied today, and you have one homework. Take a paper speedily. One question you need to write. Describe about factors of production. Describe about factors of production. Describe about factors of production. You need to write about plant, labor, physical capital and human capital. You can expect such questions for exam. May ask like it. Write about factors of production, or write the factor of production, land. Write the land, that is a factor of production. You can expect separate questions too. So you need to write for 5 mark. Write the important points about these 4 production factors. Okay, next day we can see with our next topic. Up to that, all of you, thank you.